Hi, this is Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl in Nederland, Texas. Today we are going to do an extra video. This is over the basics of heat transfer and what types of materials you will need to be able to do your shirts, whatever type of heat transfer project you're wanting to do. Now, first off, I've got everything kind of laid out here. Teflon pillow. This is great to have whenever you have smaller items or if you've got a shirt with buttons, so that way it lifts it, because you want wherever you're designed to go to make good contact with your heat press or with your iron. So Teflon pillows are a definite recommend. These, if you're planning on doing smaller items and using maybe a flat iron or those types of things, these are great to have for that. These are flat iron covers, Teflon, so that way it keeps your vinyl from sticking to your flat iron and messing up your flat iron. Because if you're anything like me, I have a cheat. It's old. I've had it for like 5 years, but it still cost $100, and I want to protect it because I still use it on my hair as well as my other projects. So that is a definite must. Teflon sheet. Now this is something I do not think is an option, whether you're doing it on with a regular iron or with a heat press. This protects your heat press. This also protects your shirt. So that way, if there's anything stuck on the bottom of your iron or stuck on the bottom of your heat press, it doesn't stain your shirt, and it also helps conduct heat. You can use a towel or a cloth, but this is what this is made for. It's thin and it goes on your heat press, and it will protect your shirt and it protects your platen. Another thing, pick. Always recommend a pick. I love a good pick. Also, scissors to trim off your excess so you're not wasting as much vinyl as I do. I come from the professional world. I like to keep things lined up where it went originally, so that way I'm not having to piece things together. You do not have to do that. So, first off, and we're going to go over a couple of different types of heat transfer vinyl. Now, whenever you cut heat transfer, you place it on your mat, shiny side down, and you mirror your design. That being said, and it has your transfer tape, or what you would consider like your transfer tape built in. And this is an SVG that I hand drew, so this is available on our website. So remember that SVGs count towards purchases as well for the monthly scrap box giveaway. So if you're looking to get extra entries in, because anybody who's won one of my scrap boxes can tell you it's absolutely amazing, because what I consider scraps are not what most people consider scraps. This is a piece of scrap to me. This big old piece is a piece of scrap to me. These are going in the June box. We've already gotten the May box completed. It was all my leftovers from April. So pretty much anytime you see me working with a color on one of these videos, you will find some of that color in the scrap box. And anyway, so this is the Caesar Easy Weed in the hibiscus / coral. I love this color. It is so nice and bright for spring and summer, which at this time of year, I have a convertible. We've got beautiful weather going on outside right now. So whenever it's pretty, I like to have my top down. Well, I don't want a farmer's tan, so I wear lots of sleeveless this time of year. So we're gonna go ahead and fold this in half. This is with the sticky side facing out, because if you stick it together, you run the risk of messing up your materials. Another thing I recommend, you don't have to have it, but I recommend it, is the t-shirt guide, the handy dandy t-shirt guide. I use it all the time to make sure I have perfectly centered and straight designs. And this is a Bella and Canvas muscle tank. Super cute for young and old. I like tank tops that are kind of loose and flowy. Hold on. So again, with your t-shirt guide, you line it up to the top 2 corners. Very easy to do. And we're going to line our straight line right there. And see, I have it pulled up on my guide because you want it, this is a crew neck, so you want it roughly about 3 fingers down from the top. And as you can see, that is roughly about 3 fingers down. So we'll go ahead and stick that on and remove our t-shirt guide out from underneath. There we go. And you can see I load mine on here, but you can see that the seaming is even on both sides. So, and then another way you can double check, you can see how I've lined my fingers up with the seams on both sides. You can see that there are 3 fingers on either side. So now we're going to take and cover this. My heat press is set on 320 degrees for 15 seconds. Doesn't take long to heat this on here. But there's a couple of different materials that we're going to go over as well, like glitter and the electrics, because those are all 3 very popular as far as the materials you can find all over the place. Because like your specialty foils and stuff like that, you may not be able to find everywhere. So we'll go ahead and pull that off. I save those for when I do my prints. And as you can see, you can take and look. You can see up close that you can see the texture of this shirt through. That's how you know it's adhered. You want to be able to see that texture through so that way it lines up. And you can wash it, you can dry it. I've washed and dried, I've got shirts that are years old that the fabric, like they're coming unsewn on the seams, but the vinyl still looks brand new. So if it's applied properly, it can go through some heck. So we have another Bellin Canvas Muscle shirt. This is the Natural Slub. That was the Navy Heather. Again, just fun colors. I like it for spring and summer. So you will probably see me wear these all the time on videos. Okay, so this is another SVG that is available on my website. So are the picks, the Teflon pillows. If they're not up there yet, they will be soon. Same thing with the Teflon covers for the She or any type of flat iron. So definitely check for those. It took me a couple of days because I had to find someone to sew them, because there is a certain way I like my Teflon pillows to be, as well as a certain making sure those were sewn correctly, because I'm the only one who's ever done that. I had to find someone to sew them because my original pair I stapled together. So this is my sunshine for my shirt. So again, line this up. And this is kind of can be placed wherever because it's going to layer over with the other. And this is the Caesar Electric Yellow. It's kind of fun. See, 3 fingers down, 3 fingers over. And we will go ahead and stick this layer on, and then we will weed our black glitter. So go ahead and let that press while we go ahead and weed the glitter. Now, glitters, I like using a deep cut blade with mine. It cuts smoother, it's much easier to work with. So, as you can see, when you cut it properly, it's super easy to weed. So we'll go ahead and lift the centers out. There we go. And that is, my sun is a hand-drawn sun. I drew that. I was actually kind of proud of it because I can't draw to save my life, but I've been practicing a lot more for all these types of designs. So we'll go ahead and remove our clear plastic. Now, as you can see, me letting it sit there and cool doesn't do anything. It won't mess up your shirt or anything like that. So you can let it sit there and cool. So I've got my fold mark, folded it where the sticky is on the outside, so that way I don't stick my letters to themselves. So, move that out of the way a little bit more. And this I am bringing down because I don't want my entire sun covered. I want it to just barely be covered. And to double check my straightness because of the type of design this is, one of the things you can do is you can take your t-shirt alignment guide and lay it right down there at the bottom. We'll fold this in half again so we can get that bottom line. Okay. Hold that in place. And see, that way we've got our text lined up on that line, and we can tell it's straight because these are perfectly straight, and so is the edge of my heat press. So we can take and lift that, lay it back over it, take and you can see we're on here nice and straight. We'll take and heat this again for 15 seconds, and then it will be done and ready to wear or ready to wash. You wait 24 hours though before you wash them. Also remember, any purchases made in store or online between now and May the 4th give you extra entries into the scrap box. Also, if you are subscribed to our YouTube channel, you are automatically entered every month. And on our Facebook, if you have already liked it, all you have to do is share our page. That gives you an extra entry. And if you are, as you can see, if you don't like our page, you can go like it and share, and that gives you extra entries. Now, as you can see, it's nice and stuck on here. You can see the texture of the shirt through the vinyl. I love this design so that you can see. So remember, like this video, leave comments, let me know what types of projects you're wanting made. If y'all need anything, just shoot me a message. Thanks, and y'all have a great day.